Actually, as I mentioned, I am from a rural background. My parents are farmers. I have this first-hand experience and exposure to problem at rural level or grassroots level, what we say, such as problems in farming or lack of opportunity.
Hello, Pramod, and welcome to Only IS.
Uh,
So,
Thank you, sir.
first of all, and congratulations to you for securing a rank in UPSC. सबसे पहला मेरा
Thank
सवाल
you
है
so
कि
much.
what is your background and how will you describe the journey which has went from a relative failure to some relative success and then finally to a complete success?
Sir, I am basically from a village called Haladamadali. It's in Chamarajanagar district, Karnataka state. So I started preparing just after my graduation. I completed my graduation in 2017, doing mechanical engineering. Then I started preparing for it. In my first attempt in 2018, I didn't clear prelim. So in my second attempt, 2019, I went till interview, but I couldn't make into the list. So this is my third attempt, in which I secured 601 rank. So I'm very happy with respect to this year's result, but I was expecting somewhat good rank than this. But uh, keeping in mind my previous record or getting name in the list is very, I'm feeling very happy about it.
So my question is that आपने consistently improve किया from first to second to third and if you go for the next attempt, uh, if you go for that, तो you know that आपको पता है कि progress हो रही है, so you will achieve the success. तो मेरा सवाल ये है कि आपने क्या changes किए consistently जिसकी वजह से आपको लग रहा है कि ये improvement आई आपकी performance में?
जैसे मैंने सर आई एम नॉट वेल वर्स्ड इन हिंदी,
No
सो आई
issue, we
विल
can take it. We can talk in
टॉक
English.
इन
No issues.
So I started in 2017, the online sources were very less. So that has been there has been some improvement with respect to online sources or YouTube channels.
Mhm.
So it helped me in preparation. But in if I can tell what I improved in 3 years, I could understand the process and I could integrate prelims, mains and interview. जैसे मेरा पहला अटेम्प्ट था in 2018, I could not do that. I was studying for prelims, but if I had cleared prelims also, then I was not more confident about mains. But when I cleared prelims in 2019, I started preparing for mains, but there was also some lacking in my preparation. So I think I learned through these mistakes that we have to integrate all the three. And I have changed many materials. I have updated many materials. So this has been my journey. I think we cannot depend completely on any source or any institute per se for the preparation. We can have a different material and we can have a gist of all those and prepare our own notes that help me in these years.
So Pramod, as you're from a rural background, okay, and from where did
Yes, sir.
from where you completed your school and colleges?
Sir, I was sent to my maternal grandparents' home for education. So I was staying in Mysore district. So there I did my high school from St. Mary's. I was studying in my vernacular medium in during primary education. Then I shifted to English. So basically, I'm from a rural background, but I think that helped me somewhat in building my personality and also strengthening my courage.
So, there's a question related to it. For example, there are many students who come from different backgrounds, and most of them don't have, English medium schooling, and they switch to English later in their either education or some even switch after starting preparation. So, my question to you is, would you recommend someone to switch the medium of answering a question? Because if, let's say, if I talk about a student who's from Hindi medium, for example, or let's say from any other language, and he can write in English if he wants to. So, but he's better in Hindi or any other language. So, would you recommend him that he should switch from that vernacular language to English, or should he or she stick with the same language in which he or she is comfortable with?
Uh, Actually, I'm not very experienced in to suggest this thing because since I shifted in the very early age during 8th or 9th standard, So I started preparing in English itself. So I don't have the knowledge how people read or what are the materials available in Hindi or any other language in which people are preparing. So, but I feel that preparing in the language in which you can express more, whether it is in mains or whether it with respect to interview, if you can express your views or if you can write very good answers in the language, the I think language doesn't matter much, but the way you present your answers in mains and the depth or clarity you have with respect to the subject matters more. So I think if he is confident in writing any other language than English, then he can go. But I don't know about the materials and other things which are available.
So, Pramod, as you also talked about your preparation. So, when did you started your preparation for UPSC? Exactly, like from which year of college, or what was the day you felt, yes, now I'm very serious about preparation? And also another point is that how where you stayed and how you managed.
Uh, I did my engineering in a district called Mandya. It's in Karnataka itself. So I was doing mechanical engineering. When I was in final year, I started thinking about UPSC. So I started reading few newspapers in my final year. But actually, I started actual preparation in June 2000 from June 2017. So I think my preparation started only after I graduated from the college. Then I came to Delhi directly. So I stayed there for 2 years till my last attempt till 2019, 2020 February I was in Delhi. Then I shifted to my village. This year completely I prepared from my village itself. So this year I wrote prelims, mains and mains in Karnataka itself. So I came to interview to Delhi.
So Pramod, as you're the perfect candidate to tell this to people that what difference that digital world has made to your preparation now. Because we know that earlier people used to throng to Delhi, and now we know more and more students are staying back at their home and their places, and from there they're preparing. So in that case, what happens is that often people have see so many sources and they get cluttered with, let's say, I'm following 10 websites, 3 newspapers, because everything is available very easily. So what was your mantra of controlling the amount of resources which you used to, refer to? And what was the time which you used to give to your preparation?
There is this confusion among the aspirants that which material should I refer because of the information overload in the internet or with respect to the number of institutes providing them. So I think people can stick to one or two and they can read them thoroughly and revise them. Because at the end of the day, the amount of clarity you have over a topic, because no institute can provide you complete analysis of any issue. Or if, for example, if we take our Prime Minister visited USA for UN, and also he talked about bilateral issues with USA. So we can read that from newspaper. We can refer any monthly magazine. We can see any editorial video on YouTube, or we can read the articles on the websites of any institute. But at the end of the day, how much you digested, what information you digested, and what kind of information you gathered, and which will help you in writing answer in the mains. So people read more, but they don't digest or they don't think about writing those in the mains. So that will affect and that will confuse them more. So I think stick to one or two. If you need to update them, see if the issue is so important, or if you feel that I need to go deep into that issue, we can read more sources. But sticking to one or two sources and reading them thoroughly and revising them helps more rather than reading much more content.
So Pramod, you went through a long journey, an arduous journey from your 3-4 years at least. You prepared for UPC strongly, and then you reached this stage. My question to you will be the point where you failed prelims, and the point where last time you were not able to qualify interviews. When you went to the interviews, it was not in the last list, and this time you made it all the way. My question is, what was the reason and how you kept yourself moving through all these times? Shifting from cities, you are from Karnataka in Mysore region. There are so many options for any student. People from specifically students from Karnataka, they come to Delhi, and some of them go back and they switch to a software company or any startup, and they balance it with a job, and what was the reason that you kept going at it, and why you did it?
Sir, the one thing to come to Delhi is for exposure. And in 2000, the institutes were not, there were not many institutes in Bangalore also. So I came to Delhi for exposure and experience. And when I got that, and when I went till the interview, I gained this confidence that I can stay wherever I want and I can prepare on myself. So I came back. I think nowadays, if you have a laptop or a tab or something, and you can sit anywhere and you can start reading if you're dedicated and if you have some motivation or intention. And with respect to people who try to balance it out, I feel if they give 1 year or 1.5 year time for preparation dedicatedly, then they can try doing this. They can balance it out later on, but I feel it needs serious preparation of 1 year or at least around 5 to 6 hours or 6 to 8 hours per day in the initial days. When you gained some grip over the syllabus or some understanding of the topics in the syllabus, and if you can write good answers in optional, then you can go for job and you can try to balance it out. Even in my case, as I secured 601 rank, I will not be getting the service which I wanted. So I will go to foundation course and I'll try to give next attempt also. So I will try to balance it out now. Just because I have the understanding of the syllabus and I have some grip over the optional. I think people need to get that earlier as earlier as possible. Then they can balance it out.
Pramod, my question will be that prelims are just around the corner. What would you recommend students that how shall they spend the next 10 to 15 days just before prelims? And what is your focus, where you are focusing it?
So I'm not writing this attempt.
No, I'm saying just
Which
consider
is
if you
happening in
if you would have attended this prelims. I'm
okay.
asking in that regard. What should they do?
Uh, my only suggestion is in prelims, everything is about your mindset. You have read everything because any dedicated student who is hardworking have read all the syllabus and have completed some current affair material from any institute which they are referring. So I think in next 10 days, which is coming, it will be harder for them mentally, and also it will be harder for them to keep themselves in a state of mind which will help them in clearing prelims. So I think maintaining that calmness and composure will be the challenge, and I expect students to be more clear about what they have read and what their strengths are. So if we can see last year cutoff comparatively was lesser in prelims because it is becoming more and more what you can say understanding or the depth to which the student has understood the topic. The questions are coming from those areas. It is not just factual knowledge which is required there. Some analysis or critical thinking is required while answering questions in prelims. So I feel if they are calm and confident on that day, there is a chance of improving their performance by 15 to 20%. If they are scoring around 80 to 85 right now, there is a chance that they will go beyond 100. So my only suggestion is be composed, have have very good sleep, and have confidence, and don't overthink like, yeah, I will do current affair daily from next year. I will update this material because things which are in our hand at the moment, we have to look into that. We have prelims which is coming in 10 days. We have to focus on that rather than what we have studied for mains or what we will do for next attempt or something like that. So I would suggest people to be more calm and more composed, and there is larger picture because I have, as you mentioned, in 3 attempts I have faced many failures. I failed in prelims also. I gave interview and didn't get into the list. So this process will take time. It will require patience, and I also know that prelims will be a D-day for many people who are, especially for those who are writing their prelims for the first time. But take it with a pinch of salt. Ki it is also another day. It is also another test which you are going to write on that day, and be calm, and you will be succeeded in the end because At the end of the day, a student will only require 60 to 65 questions to go right. If they're attempting around 80 to 85, they need 60 to 65 questions to go right. A student who had read for an year thoroughly with respect to newspaper or current affairs, it will be easier for him to get 60 questions right. So I think if you remain calm and composed, the chances are more for you to clear prelims this time.
So Pramod, as you talked about your journey and how you prepare, I just want to ask what basically motivated you? Who was your motivation?
Sir, actually, as I mentioned, I am from a rural background. My parents are farmers. I have this first-hand experience and exposure to problem at rural level or grassroots level, what we say, such as problems in farming or lack of opportunity. So, whenever I used to see them, I used to think if I become an officer, what will I do, or what would be the way I would deal with these problems. So that is one thing which motivated me, and also I had this achievement drive ki I want to do something in my life, but I didn't know how to channelize it in the initial days. But when I graduated, I looked into the things which are happening around me, and I felt civil service will be the better platform which will give me opportunity to work on myself and also work towards society.
So, Pramod, it never occurred to you that that you are from a background where people don't often get into UPSC. We know that IITians often crack it, and you need elite institutions. You study from elite institutions to clear UPSC. You're from a rural background. People have many doubts about themselves. Though even if they go for interview, they feel okay. I'm from a rural background. They might ask something else. My English is not that much polished, and how will I answer few questions? How will I gel up with, let's say, even going to Delhi to prepare? You feel, how will I gel up with those students? Will I be able to survive the grind? So how you overcame that doubts, or what was the reason of your self belief in yourself?
Sir, I too, every student who is from some what we call humble background will have this inferiority complex to some extent. I don't say I had this confidence in the initial days, because when I gave interview last year, I also had this feeling ki my English is not good, not so good. Even today, my English is not that much polished. So I felt ki my English is not good, or uh, I don't have any experience in the organization or the exposure to officers who are working in the governance. So I used to think like this. But after giving interview and seeing few of my friends clearing the exams, which were with me, so I gained confidence that there is nothing lacking in my personality. And students who come from a rural background have this will have to be more courageous, because they would have faced more challenge than the people who get opportunities in the earlier phase of the life. So I think they can overcome it only when they have understanding over their personality. They need to self-analyze. They need to do analysis about themselves, their personality. I used to think my rural background will not help me, but this time that helped me a lot. And when I went to the interview, in my interview, the few questions initially were on rural background, rural development, so I could answer them very well because I had the experience or exposure to problems directly. So I think interview or exam is doesn't discriminate with respect to people who come from different backgrounds. The only thing matters is how consistent you are, how hardworking you are, and also how dedicated you are towards the process rather than the result which is going to be announced or which will become at the end of the process.
Also, the digital medium has put everyone on the same pedestal now. And even IIT, and you have same sort of resources in your hand, and you can prepare and read the same source which they are reading.
Yes, sir. As I mentioned earlier, if we have a tab or laptop in our hand, we can sit anywhere we want, because mm, we have each and every material. Because a news will happen in the morning, by the evening we will have editorial analysis in some one or the other institute. Everything is available in the market, but the thing is how you are going to see to it and how you are going to digest that information, because if you don't have perspective developed on those issues, it will be difficult to write answers clearly, and it will be difficult to answer the questions in interview. So So I would suggest people to go and read on digital platforms, but at the end of the day, have perspective, have clear understanding about the topic, and have faith in one or other websites or the institutes and try to follow them regularly, whichever suits their interest or whichever suits the way of their reading. But I would suggest them to stick to it regularly, because in a year, annually, a issue will repeat twice or thrice. If you stick to an institute, have faith in them, then the issue will get repeated and it will not be missed. And if you miss one or two questions also, it will not matter much. Rather than running behind those two questions, you revise whatever you have and try to score more in the field or in which you are reading. So I think I elaborated much more from digital to other areas, but I think digital will give information, but how you look into it also matters.
You have to process it as per your understanding and as per the requirement of exam. Yeah. Also,
Yes,
Pramod,
that's what I meant to
what
say.
is your USP? You started your preparation 4 years ago. You must be a different Pramod than what we are seeing today. So, what has changed in your personality, and now what is your USP, which makes you so different that you're able to clear it, because so few people clear this exam.
Uh, so only change is UPSC is very uncertain. So you will learn to embrace that uncertainty, and it makes your personality more stronger. I feel crisis situation or facing crisis will build your personality more if you are believing in the process and if you try to overcome it through your hard work. So with respect to my personality, sir, I I started listening more in these 3 years. Uh, I don't look into other person, try to react or to answer his question. Rather, I try to understand why he is asking the question or why the question has arisen. And the way I look at the society has also changed, and the society which is looking at me is also changing its view, because as I'm from a village background, since I cleared exam, whole village is taking pride in it. So it is giving me more happiness. Uh, so I think, and also in this years of preparation, you have to sacrifice a lot. But after clearing, I feel that it was worth sacrificing. So I would suggest people who are still in the process and who are still struggling to have faith in the process and keep on sacrificing, because it will be worth at the end. And even if you don't clear, even if you don't succeed, there is nothing wrong in trying to get into UPSC, because it will help in building your personality. You will gain idea about the things which are happening around you, and you will have awareness about the society, and also it will help you in analyzing your personality and increase your self awareness. So I think the process will build the personality as well as the knowledge base of the person.
Pramod, it has been really a pleasure talking to you. And from the team of Only IAS, I'd like to congratulate you and also wish you lots of success for your future. And people like you make our country what we are today, and will develop further and faster in a better way. People like you join this services and help the public. So thanks for coming, and we wish you very well.
Thank you so much, sir.